It's been an incredible 57 years since Hawaii Five-0 first exploded onto television screens, bringing the sun-soaked beauty of Hawaii and thrilling crime stories into millions of homes. The show became a cultural phenomenon, and its cast turned into iconic figures of television history. But what happened to the stars after the show ended in 1980? In 2025, we take a nostalgic look back at the lives and careers of Jack Lord, James MacArthur, Kam Fong, and others. Some enjoyed lasting fame, others faced heartbreaking losses, and a few left behind powerful legacies that still live on today. Join us as we explore their journeys beyond the badge. Jack Lord, born December 30, 1920, took on the role of Detective Steve McGarrett in 1968 at age 48. McGarrett was the iron-willed backbone of Hawaii Five-0, whose cold command and relentless pursuit of justice shaped the series' grim atmosphere. Despite his early success, Jack's career faltered post Five-0 as studios branded him a tyrant. He was notorious for firing crew mid-scene, micromanaging scripts, and alienating producers with endless demands for creative control. In private, his marriage was filled with rumor, whispers of affairs, estrangement, and secret separations flooded tabloid gossip. Lord's personal descent deepened when he became increasingly paranoid, suspecting betrayals from friends and colleagues alike. Behind closed doors, he battled undiagnosed Alzheimer's for years, growing bitter and violent toward caregivers. His controlling perfectionism mutated into obsessive reclusion, cutting off almost all public appearances. Jack Lord died isolated on January 21, 1998, from congestive heart failure, aged 77. Kam Fong, born May 27, 1918, took on the role of Chin Ho Kelly in 1968 at age 50. Chin Ho was the wise and experienced detective, but Kam's own life was marked by unimaginable tragedy. Early in his career, he lost his wife and 2 young children in a plane crash, a devastating event that haunted him for the rest of his life. While beloved by fans, Kam secretly struggled with a severe gambling addiction, often spending his earnings on poker and other vices. His temper flared during shoots, with several co-stars recalling tense, heated moments on set. Despite his professionalism, his reputation as a problem actor started to spread, especially after his character was killed off in an abrupt and unexplained storyline, allegedly due to his salary demands. Kam's life spiraled into financial ruin, with several failed business ventures and a withdrawal from public life. He died on October 18, 2002, aged 84, after a battle with lung cancer. James MacArthur, born December 8, 1937, played Danny Williams beginning in 1968 at age 31. As the straight-laced, clean-cut partner to McGarrett, Danny embodied loyalty, on screen, at least. Off-camera, James waged a hidden war against his golden boy image, fighting heavy cocaine addiction during the mid-70s that nearly derailed his career. Shadowed by the immense fame of his parents, Helen Hayes and Charles MacArthur, James suffered frequent breakdowns, culminating in explosive outbursts on set that the network worked hard to hush up. His personal life spiraled into chaos, a messy divorce riddled with infidelity accusations, a rift with his adopted children, and lawsuits over unpaid debts. In later years, a failed comeback attempt only reinforced his industry blacklisting. Ravaged by years of substance abuse and loneliness, James MacArthur quietly passed away on October 28, 2010, from natural causes at 72. Herman Weedmire, born May 20, 1924, portrayed Sergeant Duke Lakila in Hawaii Five-0 starting in 1968 at age 44. Duke was the stalwart presence on the force, but Herman's personal life was a chaotic mix of broken relationships and self-destructive habits. His former fame as a football star in college became a distant memory as he turned to alcohol to cope with mounting pressures. Known for his fiery temper, Herman often clashed with fellow actors and crew members. His stint in politics, as a member of the Honolulu City Council, ended in scandal after a bribery investigation that never reached trial but tarnished his reputation. His marriages were fraught with infidelities and accusations of violence, and he fathered several children from various relationships, many of whom remained estranged. Herman's health deteriorated as he struggled with alcohol abuse, leading to a heart attack that took his life on January 25, 1999, aged 74. Zulu, born Gilbert Francis Lonnie Damien Kauhi on October 17, 1937, played Kono in 1968 at the age of 31. Kono, the strong and silent muscle of the Hawaii 5-0 team, was always quick to act and fight when needed, but Zulu's real life was filled with violence and controversy. Behind the scenes, Zulu's temper was infamous, with multiple clashes with producers over pay, roles, and respect. He was also known for his issues with substance abuse, having struggled with alcohol for years, which led to multiple arrests. His personal life was a storm, marked by failed relationships and an inability to maintain family ties. His reputation on set was often tainted by stories of bullying co-stars and even threatening behavior. Zulu's career spiraled, leading to his eventual departure from the show. By the time of his death on May 3, 2004, from complications of diabetes at age 66, he had been largely forgotten, living out his final years alone and in obscurity. Harry Endo, born July 20, 1922, played Che Fong, the meticulous forensic expert, on Hawaii 5-0 starting in 1968 at age 46. While Harry's role required precision, his personal life was marked by recklessness and a secret battle with addiction. After being cast on 5-0, Harry's sudden fame led him to indulge in gambling and drinking, behaviors that alienated his friends and colleagues. Known for his cold demeanor, he was often described as distant and difficult to work with, especially during tense moments on set. His marriage faltered as he became consumed by the pressures of his public image and private vices. His acting career dwindled after the show ended, and he struggled to find roles, retreating into seclusion. In his later years, Harry faced mounting health issues, exacerbated by his years of neglect and stress. He passed away on January 9, 2009, at age 86, following a stroke. Richard Denning, born March 27, 1914, took on the role of Governor Paul Jameson in 1968, aged 54. As the calm, authoritarian figure who supported McGarrett's team, Denning's portrayal was dignified, but in reality, his life was anything but. After a long career in Hollywood, Denning's disillusionment with the industry led him to move to Hawaii, where he could escape the growing pressures of fame and the political blacklisting of the McCarthy era. His marriage to actress Evelyn Ankers was a rocky one, filled with jealousy and mistrust, and after they divorced, Denning's bitterness about his failed relationships and career regrets deepened. He spent his later years in relative isolation, his Hollywood career a distant memory overshadowed by unspoken personal failures and a secret struggle with depression. Denning died on October 11, 1998, at age 84 from cardiac arrest, leaving behind a legacy of public poise but private disappointment. Al Harrington, born December 12, 1935, played Ben Kakura starting in 1969 at age 34. Ben was tough, resourceful, and loyal to McGarrett's team, but off-screen, Al was grappling with personal demons that would ultimately define his life. Known for his commitment to preserving Polynesian culture, Al's career often clashed with his erratic personal choices. His marriage, plagued by infidelities and verbal abuse, ended in a scandalous and bitter divorce. Al's addiction to gambling led to several financial crises, with rumors of him squandering much of his wealth. On set, he had a reputation for being difficult to work with, prone to outbursts and arguments with both producers and cast mates. In his later years, Al struggled to regain control of his career and reputation, even as his health declined. Al Harrington died on September 21, 2021, at the age of 85 due to a stroke, after a lifetime of personal and professional struggles. Glenn Cannon, born November 21, 1932, took on the role of District Attorney John Manicote in 1970 at the age of 38. His character was a symbol of steady righteousness, often standing as the voice of reason amid Five-O's chaos. Despite his clean-cut TV image, Kanan's off-screen career in Hawaii was tainted by bitter rivalries within the local arts scene. Whispers of professional sabotage and a secret drinking problem circulated in tight circles. His personal life was turbulent. A failed early marriage ended in court battles over property and custody, exposing his erratic behavior. Kanan struggled privately with depression, exacerbated by a painful estrangement from one of his children. Students later revealed that Kanan could be ruthlessly domineering behind closed doors, crushing young ambitions. Glenn Kanan died on April 20, 2013, at 80, after a long, quiet battle with cancer, far removed from the limelight he once fiercely dominated. Douglas Mossman, born April 7, 1933, stepped into the role of Frank Kamana in 1968 at 35. Kamana was portrayed as loyal and grounded, yet Mossman's real life was anything but. Behind the charming facade, Mossman wrestled with massive debts stemming from failed investments in nightclubs and entertainment venues that crashed spectacularly. His romantic life mirrored the chaos, 3 divorces, each more toxic and financially ruinous than the last. Allegations of domestic violence shadowed his second marriage, leading to quiet settlements. Mossman's reputation on set was tarnished by accusations of undercutting fellow Hawaiian actors for roles, sowing distrust. His declining health due to diabetes and strokes in later years added layers of bitterness to his once glittering persona. Douglas Mossman died on May 18, 2021, at 88, after fading into obscurity, a cautionary tale of ambition turned sour. Danny Kamakona, born November 15, 1935, joined Hawaii Five-O as forensic wizard Che Fong in 1968, aged 33. On screen, Che Fong was the calm anchor during forensic crises, yet Kamakona's life was a whirlpool of chaos. Despite his fame, he faced multiple allegations of on-set aggression and was known for terrifying junior crew members with verbal tirades. His film career faltered after a series of violent altercations during productions, leading to blacklisting whispers. Behind closed doors, Kamakona's relationships were stormy. An ugly divorce ended with restraining orders and ugly tabloid leaks accusing him of emotional abuse. His private struggles with gambling debts forced him into questionable business ventures with shady figures. Danny Kamakona's mysterious death on May 2, 1996 at age 60 was officially ruled accidental, but friends have long whispered about the darker shadows surrounding his final days. Mo Keel, born December 3, 1939, burst into Hawaii Five-O as the rugged detective Truck Kealoha in 1971, when he was 32. On screen, Truck was the no-nonsense enforcer, but Mo's real life cracked under hidden pressures. Despite a golden reputation in the Hawaiian music world, he fought a hidden battle with obesity-related health issues that led to dangerous self-medication habits. His family life was no sanctuary. His marriages collapsed amid allegations of infidelity and financial recklessness. A tragic fallout with his eldest son over inheritance matters made headlines locally. Mo's love for nightlife became an addiction, culminating in a public brawl at a Honolulu club that almost ended his career. Though beloved for his music, Mo Keel's final years were steeped in regret. He died of a heart attack on April 15, 2002, at the age of 62, having lost many of the personal battles he kept hidden. Tommy Fujiwara, born June 30, 1932, was 37 when he debuted on Hawaii Five-O as Charlie Ling and Dr. Carruthers. On screen, his characters exuded intellect and restraint, but Fujiwara's real life was a mosaic of simmering frustration and unseen scandal. Constantly typecast into stereotypical roles, he grew embittered, culminating in frequent verbal outbursts at producers, which severely limited his Hollywood prospects. A long-term relationship ended disastrously after accusations of financial exploitation surfaced, staining his public image. Rumors swirled of secret alcoholism, fueled by bar fights that were quietly covered up to protect his professional facade. Even fellow cast members found Fujiwara notoriously difficult, citing arrogance and paranoia. Despite his extensive run on the show, he never found true stability. Tommy Fujiwara died on January 25, 2016, at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy as complex and troubled as any of his TV characters. Kuan Hailim, born July 11, 1922, first appeared on Hawaii 5-0 in 1970 at the age of 48, often playing shadowy figures like Tosaki and Chan. His characters oozed mystery, much like Lim's life. Despite his respectable facade as an attorney and judge, off-camera gossip painted a portrait of a man entangled in ethical gray zones. Former colleagues hinted at conflicts of interest and backdoor dealings that could have destroyed his legal career had they surfaced. Lim's private life was no cleaner. He was estranged from 2 of his children, allegedly due to his authoritarian parenting and infidelities that scandalized Honolulu's tight-knit elite circles. His double life, upholding the law by day, breaking hearts and possibly laws by night, remains one of 5-0's most haunting behind-the-scenes stories. Kuan Hailim died on December 22, 2008, aged 86, his legacy forever a tangled web of brilliance and betrayal. William Smith, born March 24, 1933, was 46 years old when he joined Hawaii 5-0 in 1979, taking on the role of Detective James Kimo Karu. Known for his rugged roles, Smith was often cast as a tough, no-nonsense detective, but his off-screen life was filled with turmoil. Despite being a celebrated character actor, Smith's personal life was marred by violence and substance abuse, including a notorious period during the 1980s when he was arrested multiple times for public altercations, including an infamous bar fight that resulted in an assault charge. Smith's personal relationships were equally chaotic, with a failed marriage and estrangement from his children. He gained a reputation in Hollywood for being difficult to work with, known for his short temper and erratic behavior. His career took a significant hit in the 1990s due to these controversies, and he struggled to regain his footing. Despite the public perception of his toughness, Smith was a deeply troubled man. He passed away on July 5, 2021, at the age of 88, leaving behind a legacy filled with both triumphs and personal disasters. Lyle Becker, born February 13, 1915, joined Hawaii 5-0 at the age of 54, portraying the authoritative Jonathan K. and Admiral Dean. Lyle's career spanned decades, yet his most notable roles were often as a villain, commanding the screen with his strong, imposing presence. However, behind the scenes, Becker's life was filled with scandalous moments, particularly in the 1950s, when he was rumored to have had several tumultuous relationships with high-profile actresses. His reputation took a hit in the late 1960s when he was publicly accused of infidelity and mistreatment of his partners. He was known for his perfectionist attitude, which led to on-set conflicts and several professional setbacks. Although his career flourished during the golden age of Hollywood, the personal controversies continued to haunt him, often overshadowing his success. Lyle passed away on September 24, 2003, at 88, leaving behind a legacy complicated by whispers of scandal. Kai Die, born August 25, 1910, joined Hawaii 5-0 at the age of 58, playing the iconic villain Wafat. Known for his captivating portrayal of the cunning antagonist, Kai's personal life was filled with controversy. His political views were considered radical by many, and his outspoken support for various causes alienated him from a portion of Hollywood's elite. Off-screen, Kai was known for his harsh treatment of co-stars, with several of them speaking out about his manipulative behavior during filming. He was also rumored to have been involved in shady business dealings, although no concrete evidence ever surfaced. His personal relationships were equally tumultuous, with multiple accusations of infidelity and emotional manipulation from his former wives. Though respected for his work, Kaya's personal life remained a mystery, filled with shadows and whispers. He passed away on October 25, 1991, at the age of 81, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most enigmatic figures in Hollywood history. Sharon Ferrell, born December 24, 1940, took on the role of Detective Lori Wilson in Hawaii Five-0 in 1977 at the age of 37. Lori Wilson was a determined and tough-as-nails detective, but Sharon's life behind the camera was far from the steady career one might expect. Her personal life was marred by a series of failed marriages and scandals, including a tumultuous relationship with a well-known actor that ended in public bitterness. Sharon's career suffered a significant downturn after her time on Hawaii Five-0, with her once promising film career stagnating. Accusations of being difficult to work with and struggles with alcohol contributed to her professional setbacks. Her struggles continued when, in the 1980s, she faced severe financial problems, ultimately losing her home to foreclosure. Despite these challenges, Sharon managed to keep her career afloat, returning to television in the 1990s. Sharon Ferrell passed away on May 15, 2023, at the age of 82. She remains remembered for her gritty role as Lori Wilson, even as she lived a quiet, private life away from the spotlight. Soon Taek-oh, born June 29, 1932, took on the roles of Chang Lee and David Chung in Hawaii Five-0 at the age of 36. His characters, often complex and morally gray, reflected Soon Taek's own deeply layered persona. Yet, behind his poised and polished public image, Soon Taek battled severe personal demons, including a history of volatile relationships and explosive temper issues. His marriage in the 1960s to a fellow actress ended in a scandalous divorce, with accusations of infidelity and emotional abuse on both sides. The actor's struggle with a hidden gambling addiction led him into financial ruin, and he was frequently involved in off-screen controversies, including a high-profile altercation with a director. Despite these challenges, Soon Taek was a respected figure in the Asian American acting community. He passed away on April 4, 2018, at the age of 85, after years of living a relatively reclusive life, away from the media. Remy Abalra, born August 13, 1957, joined Hawaii Five-0 at the age of 12, portraying the first kid in Bobby Kalani. Remy's youth on the show made him an endearing character, but his personal life was far from the carefree persona he portrayed. His rapid rise to fame was coupled with struggles involving substance abuse, leading to several public meltdowns and arrests during the late 1970s. Remy's career faltered after his involvement in a scandal that involved accusations of drug smuggling, though these claims were never proven. His relationships, both romantic and professional, were marred by volatility and drama, including a notorious feud with another young actor on the set of Hawaii Five-0. Despite his struggles, Remy managed to carve out a niche in the entertainment industry, appearing in a few television roles in the 1980s. As of 2025, Remy is 67 and remains an enigmatic figure, continuing to fly under the radar and avoiding the public eye. Nehemiah Persaf, born August 2, 1919, portrayed Allie Francis and Cordell on Hawaii Five-0 at the age of 49. Known for his emotional depth and versatility, Nehemiah's roles in the series left an indelible mark on viewers. However, his life was filled with tragedy, from the loss of his first wife to a brutal battle with depression that left him a shadow of the man once hailed as one of Hollywood's finest character actors. Nehemiah's career, which spanned decades, was often plagued by rumors of alcohol dependence and his contentious relationships with co-stars. His tendency to isolate himself from others on set led to strained relationships and tarnished his reputation in the 1970s. Despite these difficulties, Nehemiah continued to find work in television and film until the end of his career. He passed away on April 5, 2022, at 102, leaving behind a complex legacy marked by both personal and professional turmoil. Who's your favorite character from Hawaii Five-0? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.